they called electricity. Centuries later, electricity is part of daily life, but remains mysterious. So in a remote location, a team of specialists are about to take a dangerous journey. Their aim, to reanimate those ancient experiments, to experience electricity firsthand, to understand its power. But first, they have to get zapped. Tom Comet, professional stuntman. Lisa Lazarak, electrical engineer. Mark Lithgow, brain researcher. They've joined forces to take on an electrifying challenge. 200 years ago, electricity seemed like magic. Today, we depend on it. But it's still feared and misunderstood. The team plans to recreate an ancient stunt that will allow hundreds of people to experience electricity firsthand and understand its power. Jean-Antoine Nollet was a French abbot and physicist. He was also an 18th century showman scientist with lots of monks to experiment on. Linking 240 monks together, he ran electricity through them to see how it traveled. His jumping monks demonstrated that this invisible energy could be conducted over distance. The team aimed to break Nollet's record, and they found a massive hall to do it in.
This place is like a bloody airplane hangar. How many people are we going to need to fill this room?
To beat Nollet's record, the team needs to link at least 241 people together and hook them up to a power source. But volunteers aren't exactly lining up to be electrocuted.
What was very funny was trying to convince my friends to actually come up and participate. I would leave messages on their phones saying, "Hi, it's Lisa, and I was wondering if you'd like to come up and join a mass electrification." And then I hung up. And then the phone calls I received back were highly, highly entertaining. What do you mean by mass electrification?
Against the odds, the team managed to get a few hundred curious people signed up. The first busload is about to arrive. Tom, Mark, and Lisa's research for a human electrical circuit started small.
Let's try if we can see if we can pass the voltage through both of you at once.
They explored the way humans conduct electricity. When Tom releases the button, a small zap of 50 volts should flow across the circuit made by a couple of girls holding hands.
Or maybe not.
Can you feel it there as well? Could you feel it in that hand?
Was it a bonding experience? One finger.
Voltage measures the force with which electricity travels, but volts alone don't kill. More important are the amps, the amount of electrical current that's flowing. Tom's bike generates enough voltage to feel, but hardly any current.
That was great.
50 volts was enough for 2 people, but a massive voltage will be needed for more than 200. Back in their workshop, the team realizes that they could be exposing a large group of people to a small risk of cardiac arrest. Just holding hands could put their hearts in danger.
Is that safe? Because it's going up the arm, through the heart, and then out the other arm.
No, I don't think it is.
So we can't have all our people
Holding
hands like this, because then it's just going to go, and it's going to be so much voltage.
Yeah.
So how do we get them to...
Even just a tiny, tiny current applied directly to the heart can stop the heart. And even if you put one of those little 9-volt batteries directly onto the heart, that can stop the heart as well.
Well, what if we just do one arm?
Okay, right arm.
That would work. And the
So we do an entire circle. It goes all the way around, right?
Yeah.
To ground.
That would be fine.
The team has found a safer way of doing the stunt. If the volunteers link right arm to right arm, the electricity will take the path of least resistance, traveling only through arms and not through bodies. Armed with new knowledge, the team moves to the next stage, testing the conductivity of monks.
This is going to show 2 things. The first thing is that we actually have a connection going from one end of the wind source to the other. And the second thing is that it's going to be perfectly safe for the monks.
Super.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm just going to give us a bit of a wind up. One.
You sure that's safe?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's go find some real monks. Now, I'm not sure how the monks of today are going to compare with the monks of yesterday. So we will have to see how willing they are to participate, in the name of science, of course.
I'm gonna lay down the polystyrene to insulate
Do you need
these
a
guys.
hand?
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have you in a moment standing on these because it will keep you insulated.
2.5 centuries ago, when Jean-Antoine Nollet sparked his monks, he made them stand on resin, an insulator just like styrofoam. He understood that the monks needed to be insulated so the charge would run through all of them, not leak away to earth. Only the last monk was grounded, completing the circuit.
We could step on the polystyrene one at a time. Okay. Perfect. Just a little bit over. How's that look for spacing? Does it look good?
That's fine, because you're going to
I'm going to be there.
right?
Let's put our earthing rod in at this end.
Well, while Lisa's putting that in, it's important to remember these are to stop the electric charge going into the ground. These are your insulating blocks. So try and stay always in the centre of the block. That's what's important. How's that ground? You have to roll your left sleeve.
You just put this on your left wrist. This will basically ground you and stop the watch. Yeah. Mark.
Yeah.
We're grounded at this end.
Okay.
Okay,
Because if they hold hands, then we've got the heart.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
Okay.
what I did it. We don't need these necessarily. So we attach it to...
We're going to have a problem with these sleeves going up. With these sleeves going up.
Can we do it lower?
I think we might have to try it lower because all the.
Let's get them all facing the right direction.
Okay, if you all turn to face this way.
Perfect.
Great.
Now let's demonstrate. We can demonstrate.
Hey, yeah, Lise, if we show them, right? So what we want you to do.
I think with the monks we learned a lot. We learned that we definitely needed to have a game plan. It was, to me, it felt like chaos. Actually, it was like trying to get them to do it, and we didn't really know exactly what we were doing, and we didn't have a plan.
Move close to the person in front of you, so that you can grab their arm at 90 degrees.
On bare skin.
So what's important that you have a good grip.
Winding up the machine builds static charge. A static shock is the kind you get from touching a metal doorknob. Static energy discharges in a fraction of a second, quickly dropping the current to zero and making it safe. When Tom moves his magic wand close, a spark should jump and zap the monks.
Oh wow, that was good. Two pulses. I think it was as he brought the ball in. There was so much charge. He got first spike, and then it came in again. He got a second spike. So very, very quickly, you got two discharges.
It worked. We managed to pull it off, luckily. But I mean, monks were probably about the most patient people you could ask for. With the mass electrification, we're going to be getting all types of people, and people, especially these days, have less and less patience, it seems, every day, so in order to get them excited about it and to do it, we were going to have to really have our act together.
Warning, do not try these experiments. To beat Nollet's record for a human electrical circuit, the team need 241 people, and the first ones have just arrived.
And Lisa's doing the polystyrene.
They put her to work.
She's got about 500 of these polystyrene blocks to put out.
I'll bet she's good at that.
She is good, because she's quite small and squat. She's quite close to the ground.
Right.
Anyway.
The target number has been set by David Hochsett from Guinness World Records, and he's signing in every single would-be participant.
We've got the styrofoam set up. Tom's having a little bit of a tea break because he's so overworked. We haven't shocked him nearly enough. Not nearly enough. Oh, we've got Steve. Steve, the camera guy. What's it called? Steadicam, because that's cool. You all right? Doing okay? All right, we have basically two rings of people, and they've basically all signed their forms. They've read through everything. I think we'll just do a bit of a walk around here, maybe say hi if they're friendly. We have the marshals giving them the instructions, and I see they've given them a bit of tea, a bit of a biscuit. It's quite nice. I think maybe you guys like something. We'll get something later. And we're going to just walk around the corner because everybody who is going to get a bit of a shock has to do an ECG test, and that's what's behind door number 1.
If I could get you all to fill out these forms.
About 1 in 500 people unknowingly have a heart defect. Even a tiny electrical current could cause a heart to stop. It's a small risk, but one that rises with age. The team can't afford to take any chances. Their volunteers must be between 18 and 49, and each of them will undergo an electrocardiogram, or ECG.
Every single person today has got to have one of these done. My company name is University College London. I'm not going to put all my working details in, but I am between 18 and 49, despite popular belief. No palpitations, no epilepsy, no panic attacks, no anxiety. Next question, do you have a pacemaker? No. Do you have an implanted defibrillator? Now, it's really important to ask these, because even the smallest shock could interfere with these electronic devices which help to monitor the heart. This is the level that we have to go through with every single person here in order to make sure there isn't any chance that someone's got even the smallest heart defect.
Electricity has a long history of links with medicine, but it was the Victorians who first made it into a lucrative business called electrotherapy.
Woo! Look at this thing.
That's great.
It's a bird bath.
It's not a bird bath. It's a schnee bath.
This is a replica of an original schnee bath.
Oh my, okay.
This off.
All right. If I get hurt, you're in so much trouble.
Use that powder. Okay.
The schnee bath was especially popular with Victorian ladies, as it offered all the benefits of hydroelectric therapy without the need to undress.
We'll get those for you. Allow it. Ready?
Oh, so what are you doing? What are you going to do?
Okay. We're going to turn it on and see what happens.
Oh, don't put it high. Put it on the lowest.
Normally, electricity in water can kill. Here, extremely low voltage is passed through water to the patient's skin, causing a tingling sensation, which was thought to be helpful.
Can you feel it?
It's sort of pulsating a little bit. No. Turn it up a little bit.
And it was claimed to increase well-being, sharpen brain activity, and improve appetite, digestion, and bowel movement.
Yes, they are.
It's a scam. The schnee machine's a scam, guys.
No, it's working.
Yeah, well, what does it do then?
I can feel it.
It's a, you can feel it. It's
Yeah.
a gimmick.
And a very
It's a gimmick.
delicate flower.
It was also used to help infuse medicine through the skin, the one effect that might really have worked.
Put your hands in the water.
It's not going to work.
We all know in the scientific and medical community that these do not work. And I've read that hundreds of times over, and I feel as though I've been slightly indoctrinated. I came back to those medical machines and was kind of excited about the whole thing.
It looks like an old record player.
Yeah, just.
This one's called a roto-surge machine.
Do you want to hold on to these?
I'd love
It
to.
delivers high-voltage alternating current to the electrodes, which pulse as the contact spins.
What's this called?
Slow
A
fast.
roto surge.
Crank it up a little.
All yours, Mark.
Crank it up. You ready?
Yep.
The tingling sensation it creates was claimed to be good for 50 ailments, including weak eyes and want of power.
And it increases.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you.
But it's also quite dangerous, because when the current reaches about 16,000ths of an amp, it makes it impossible to relax the muscles that are gripping the handles. And just a slightly higher current passing through the chest can stop the heart.
It's like going for your blue rinse at the hairdresser, isn't it? We'll see you in half an hour.
Yep. Just leave me here. I'm good. Put it in. Leave me. I'm enjoying myself.
Bye.
Just hanging out in the salon.
It just wakes you up. It stuns you. It excites you. It makes you scream, and the anticipation of it, and then it happens, and it's like jumping into ice cold water. It's almost more. The longer you spend standing at the edge of that cliff waiting to jump in, the worse it's going to be. You're better off just taking the thing and sticking it on you, because it's the anticipation that kills you.
Turn it on.
Electrotherapy showed up everywhere. The Vitalator was often found in barbershops.
Oh, that's
You see the light? Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
A violet wand used to restore hair to balding heads and treat pimples and warts.
okay. Trust.
Whoa! Hey!
How did it feel?
What? Just a minute.
Try it again.
I can't even.
Doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah, all right. Well, like,
do this part of your arm.
Try it again.
Oh, yeah!
It's combing. Look how long his arm hair is. We're combing the hair.
It produces very high frequency current, so high in fact that it can't pass through the skin. Although it tingles, it's completely safe.
Turn it on, let's see if it works.
The chin. The chin.
Hey!
This is how you shave. This is how you shave around here.
I did like the notion of passing electricity through the body to see what happened. I can see why so many people turned up at the Royal Institution to see Faraday or Tesla pursuing these amazing experiments, because electricity is so exciting, and the way it interacts with the body is still such an unknown. A wonderful invention for ladies who desire vigorous health.
She looks healthy. I mean,
great.
she's skinny enough.
There's one Victorian device that the team might be able to work out. At their workshop, they have a Victorian advertisement that was likely inspired by Volta. Alessandro Volta created the first battery just by putting two different metals in a salt solution. His batteries consisted of discs of copper and zinc separated by paper or cardboard soaked in salt water. A copper wire was attached to the top and bottom.
The whole thing would be the battery. You could make, so when you have a battery, you look at it, you've got one side and another side, you have two metals, and then you have to have...
The idea was that metal rods inside the corset would react with human sweat to produce the electricity. The wearer becomes a human battery, and the skin tingles, making her feel good.
That's going to look... Is that the right way up? Yeah, it is, yeah. Not that I've done many courses.
No, it's not the right way. Thanks very much, Tom.
Have you done this before?
So what do you think? Do you think it could work? What do you think we could do?
It could do. We've got something here. Have a look.
Rods of two different metals are needed. The team are using copper and aluminum. The sweat of the wearer will react chemically with the metals to produce the electricity. In fact, it's exactly the same process that produces power from a car battery, which is just metal plates instead of rods, immersed in battery acid instead of sweat.
So how's it going to work? Is it going to work?
I think that's a good question. I don't know, in some respects, I'm convinced it will. There's this guy, Volta, when he did one of the first experiments, he put a zinc coin on the top of his tongue and a copper coin on the bottom, and using the saliva in the tongue, he was able to get a tingling sensation, so that...
Yeah, but there's a lot more moisture in your mouth
lot more moisture
than there is on Lisa's body, I think.
Are you sure you don't want to try this on, though?
No, you're doing great.
Are you sure?
No, it's fine.
Positive, okay.
I think you're the best girl for the
Excuse
job.
me, in my modesty. It's a little chilly in here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Are you sure you don't want to trade places? That's cold. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. I haven't seen a woman in a corset for a long time.
Zapped.
Oh, very cool.
It's been a very long time since any woman has worn an electric corset, one that turns her entire body into a human battery. But will it really work?
There's nothing.
Let's just...
It was quite fun. We actually had to pour water on my person, which was helped by Tom spitting on me, which I'm still mad at him for. Did he just spit that on me?
He did spit that on you. But no, I think it's... We need to get it...
gotta get her
We
wet.
need to get it...
Do not spit it on me. That is so disgusting.
I'm just going to... Is that cold? I think we have to... Can you chuck some down the inside? It needs to go down the inside.
Stop! Okay,
No,
wait.
it's...
Wait, okay. We have to
Have
get...
we just-
Tom's foolery is designed to soak the corset with salty water, artificial sweat. If it reacts chemically with the metal rods, it'll generate electricity, and Lisa will feel a tingle.
Well, you must be warm enough.
All right, let's measure this thing. You're holding
I
on
think
to
he's right.
Look.
Whoa, look at that!
Look at that!
Success, a small current. But is it enough for Lisa to feel?
Stand up.
Can you feel that?
There's a tingle.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's like it's going like this.
Actually, it's only.
Oh,
I think we did.
Nice
You
work.
did very well.
Okay,
We'll see you later.
See you later.
But the Victorian devices were primarily a triumph of hype over reality. Yes, it's the Victorian secret electric corset. Now you too can experience the tingle. Just send us money and we'll send you this medical miracle. The strange wires poking out are guaranteed to make you think you're getting an effect. And when you feel the cold, damp metal against your skin, you'll know it's doing you some good. Nothing we said in this advert is true. No liability, no connection with other firms with names similar to Victorian Secret. We were just kidding, especially about a medical miracle. People are pouring into the team's world record bid to create the longest human electrical circuit. But first, the volunteers have to be electrically tested themselves.
Welcome through there. They're nervous. They're nervous. Don't be nervous. Hello.
The heart is regulated by electricity, which is why just a tiny amount of current can stop it dead. So everyone taking part is going through a rigorous procedure that includes an ECG.
We're obviously just, playing it extra safe, but that was a tough moment when they came in the door and then it's like, okay, you've got to go over here and see the cardiologist and get the ECG.
These tests pick up the heart's electrical signals and provide a readout that an expert can quickly assess.
Right, that's fine, that's normal.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go through now into the entertainment section. Thank you very much. It tends to be one of the...
The monitoring revealed a much higher than expected number of heart anomalies, making it unsafe for those volunteers to take part. 7 people had minor problems, and 2 others had potentially serious heart defects. All were given on-the-spot counseling and were able to get follow-up investigations and care.
They probably never would have found it in their normal life if they hadn't have happened to have an ECG because they happened to come to this place to have the mass electrification done.
But it's left the team with a problem. They've just lost 9 people through ECG results, and added to that, fewer volunteers than expected have turned up. Right now, they don't have enough people to establish a world record. Time for direct action.
I'm concentrating so I don't spell anything wrong. Alright, who wants to get electrified? Electrified? Electrocuted. Electrified, I think. What are you doing this afternoon? Oh, they're walking away. You have to read the back first, just how they saw it. No? Not at all? But you just want to know what it's about. You want to break the World Book of Guinness Records. Did you guys read this yet?
Yeah, we read it.
Yeah, and what do you think?
Good luck. Jumping! Woohoo! 500,000 volts through the cable! Does that sound like something you'd like to do? No, what do you mean no? You can come down at the convention center. A world record. No? We've got 200 beautiful women, and we're going to be passing 500,000 volts. You know what happens to beautiful women when you pass that kind of electricity through them? Anything can happen. Me, you, 240 other people. You as well. You as well, sir.
Are you free this afternoon? Oh, you're sure?
And we're going to try to get a world record for passing a high voltage current through the most amount of people ever before. We're going to pass 500,000 volts through both of you, if you want, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, this is okay.
Okay, well, just talk to these guys. They'll let you know all about it. We are going to get in the world record books for this experience, and you get a free sandwich. Yes, free sandwiches! We're going to get a world
and you just
record.
need to go down to the convention center and into the doors, and someone will show you where to go.
And there's free sandwiches.
The show's called Zap.
Going. All the cool people are going this way to get shocked by the Pied Piper of Harrogate. That's us.
You think I'd be carrying the sandwich board for no apparent reason on a
Stay
Sunday?
together, guys. Stay together.
With no time to spare, they get a total of 250 people for the world record attempt. The team have calculated they'll need 300,000 volts to get round their human electrical circuit. To safely deliver a shock of this size, the discharge must be instantaneous, so the current rapidly drops to zero. A massive Van de Graaff generator can deliver the voltage safely because it uses static electricity. Until the mid-19th century, static electricity was the only kind available to scientists. Stephen Gray discovered that it could be transmitted from one object to another. To prove it, he used a load of feathers and a schoolboy. An engraving of his experiment shows the boy suspended from a frame to isolate him from ground, charged up to thousands of volts and apparently attracting objects.
Okay, I'm gonna try the feathers. That's fun.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Close your eyes. Oh, careful.
It's working,
Is that
but it's not
working?
working that well.
But it doesn't look like it could have worked the way it's shown. Try as they might, they just can't make Tom attractive enough.
Quite a bit on your head, actually.
They've connected Tom to one side of a small machine that's generating static electricity. He's standing on styrofoam, so the charge doesn't leak away. The effect so far is tiny, but Mark reckons he can improve it.
All right, the only other thing we can do is oppositely charge the particles or the bits of fluff and things compared to you.
Lisa's connected the other side of the machine to the foil plates of feathers and styrofoam bits. They should now collect an opposite charge to Tom, and because opposites attract, there should be a bigger effect.
It'll be fine, one way or another.
Best of luck, Tom.
Thanks. Oh, yeah.
Ah! Be careful, Tom. Don't
be careful.
Don't step up that, 'cause you get another one on the floor. Try one in the other pot.
They might be
Try
going to
this.
the other.
Oi.
Oh, hey, that was great. Oh, he likes now.
It's magic.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, I think
It looks like they just might pull this off. Zapped. The team have found the perfect location to recreate an ancient electrical experiment.
y'all ready for me?
Yeah.
Can you watch that?
Let's go this way.
Is this my hammock?
Yeah. In you go.
Tom's bare skin will hold the charge better than the cloth of his t-shirt and pants. And just like the historic schoolboy, he gets to hang around looking cool. So he's isolated from ground.
That's for him.
Okay. You have to make sure that you hold on to this at all times, but this can't touch the ground, so you're going to have to... That'll do.
Are you comfy?
That's
Because
okay.
you're going to be there a while, I think.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Tom will be charged up using a bigger version of the static generator the team used to make feathers fly in the workshop. If the air is really dry, this one could throw off up to 600,000 volts. Mark has to be extremely careful that the rod doesn't come too close to Tom's body. If it sparks over, they'll both get a nasty jolt.
I do hate this first bit when it's starting to charge it, when you get that slight staticky ting like
sweaty, are you?
that. Ah.
Are you nervous, Mark?
Why are you getting shot?
Well, it's because of the metal. It's discharging through the bucket, presumably straight to earth off that
He's
handle.
nervous. His hands are sweaty.
Well, listen to that sound. You can...
Try this
Oh,
Do not touch me.
Shh, okay, listen.
wow! The charge of that is huge.
You haven't heard that sound before.
You all right?
Feather away.
Stay holding on to that, don't you? Oh, no. Yeah.
Do we have
Look
a
at that's
guitar?
amazing.
That's fantastic.
These are it's just charging all the feathers as opposed to just throwing them. And the charge deposited on these, opposite to what's on top. Look at this, he's getting
Are you
attracted
feeling
across.
attracted? Ooh, I'm getting a bit
I'm
shocked.
feeling very attractive.
Whoa, look at that.
Do I look attractive?
Are you feeling
Within seconds, there's one or two feathers out of the bucket. That can't be real. Instant, they're pouring off the bucket like there's a vortex being created in the bucket, and they're just being attracted to Tom. I was just absolutely blown away by it in terms of the way you could take theory into practice. Oh, you hear the cracks going off. Ah! Oh!
This is an experience.
No, I'm going to try another one. Hey, you're looking
That's
great.
fantastic. You are the bravest stuntman ever. Look at that, he's covered.
I'm gonna be the laughing stock of the stunt community.
Stop talking, you'll get all the feathers in your mouth.
Yeah.
We need more. Mark, how are you going to get them on the other side?
You can't touch the floor, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. He's just insulated more on the palm. Mark, can you turn around or do you need help?
Don't touch me. I can feel it.
Hey.
Does that hurt?
I can feel it, Juan. I can feel the energy coming out of that thing. What happened?
Nothing. It's fine.
I love when he does that.
You just hate that.
Make me really attractive.
I'm going to get you for the end of the day.
Careful.
The days
Don't touch him.
The wire's getting dangerously close to a certain part of my anatomy.
It's fine. It's fine, Tom. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Wire's getting real close.
Shut up! Stick with the program, soldier! Stick with the program! You're fine! Never have enough.
Well, now you need more feathers. Are you all right? Ooh, uh-oh, Mark's got a feather on his face. Uh-oh.
I can't see, Tom.
I think he's done.
This wasn't just a bit of fun. The team also learned that the human body stays charged up for considerable time after the electricity is turned off.
What you've got to do, because you're highly charged now, you've got to stay till the feathers come off. So if you, as soon as the feathers come off, you can leave.
Every last one.
I think we're done, actually.
Okay.
How long does that take? No, guys,
It's
how
clear
long
they're
does
going to have to be careful about how people disconnect after the record attempt.
that- I'm all charged up here. Feathers are coming off. Oh, man.
If the volunteers stay charged up after getting zapped, they could all get extra jolts.
Guys. Hey.
There you go. You just go right at the bottom to the menu. Which area from? Leads or west?
Mark decides to have a rehearsal with a smaller test group of volunteers.
We need 20 people for our first experiment. Have you all had your ECGs? Okay, and are you all...
He needs to make sure that the safety discharge procedures are going to work out.
Let's go.
Warning, do not try these experiments.
What I want you to do is to remove any watches that you have on your right hand. So if you've got a watch on your right arm, take that and put it into your pocket, because there is a small possibility that it could damage the watch.
Mark takes his volunteers through a carefully planned sequence of events. Failure to strictly follow them could end in tragedy.
If you feel a small tingling, all right, as the voltage goes through, as the shock goes through, don't let go. Try to hang on. It's all right. It shouldn't be a large shock, but you might feel something. Step onto the polystyrene. Make sure you're not touching it. Make sure there's enough space to touch the person's elbow in front. So it's a pinch. So you can pinch it. Oh. No. Can you just a little back there, a little back, back, until you feel your elbow touching that hand.
Everyone's got a good grip.
Don't.
It's gonna hurt.
It might do, so it's really important. If you feel a tingling, don't let go. It's really...
If the rehearsal is successful and the charge travels down the whole line, it will light up a ring of neon bulbs.
Okay, I think we're all clear. Marty, happy?
Happy.
Great. 3, 2, 1, 0. Hold! Okay.
Is that those lions? Yeah, there is those lions, you know, when you lie. I've got a problem in that.
Did you feel anything? Yeah? Did you lie?
Yeah, this looked nicely.
Okay, let's stay there. Don't.
It appeared that the zap traveled slowly down the line, the people nearest the generator reacting before those at the other end. But in reality, the girl in the middle broke contact, and when she touched the person in front of her again, everyone felt a large jolt as the charge traveled on and lit up the lights.
We connected everybody up, and we said 1, 2, 3, we're all ready. And then there was this sound, this crackle that ran down these 20 people. There was one girl that looked at me and just said, "What the hell have you done? What was that you did to me? You never told me that it was going to be like this. I'm not supposed to experience it." I'm looking around, I thought, did anyone else think this was going to happen? I don't think I ever accounted for the fact the effect was going to be as strong as that. That's the first time I got a healthy respect for it and realised that why we were doing all the safety precautions.
The girl who broke the line let go when the current jarred her funny bone. So Mark decides that for the record attempt, everyone should hold the forearm of the person in front so the current doesn't pass through their elbows. Just in case something does go wrong, paramedics are standing by with defibrillators. Final checks are underway.
Here they come, everybody! Group number 1! Here they are, aren't they stunning? Group number 1 is on their way in. Isn't this exciting?
Just stand facing the same way and listen to the guys in the group.
Bring this forward, this polystyrene, and you guys will then link up
Have they
across
told you
there.
that? You're very brave.
Lisa, can you hear me? How are we doing?
You ready for group 4?
Oh, we have a dancing group! Look at this! Everybody give them a round of applause! Make them feel welcome!
Yep, go.
Bring in all the groups. Let's do this thing. Let's break a world record here.
Where's Tom?
Let's go down here. He's down this. We'll go find him. He's down here.
Group number 7 is the most important group because we are at the very end of the line. I'm going to be standing up there with that lighted ping pong bat, and then you guys are up the ramp, and the voltage basically is going to start at that end at the Van de Graaff generator. It's going to zip all the way around all these 200 odd people, and then it's going to come through us, the best people in the group, of course, up this ramp to me standing at the top holding this thing. And we're all going to have a hell of a good time and break a record.
Yeah, we're nearly there. It's probably 2/3 full at the moment. Everyone's still a little bit disorganised. They're trying to get the spacing out. The spacing's so important to get right. Because if they don't get the spacing, the electricity will discharge between the bodies instead of down their arms.
Okay, we've got over 250 people in the room. I think everybody's almost here. We're almost ready to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come.
It's really, really important that you listen to me for the next 2 minutes. When we do the experiment, it's really important that you do it correctly. One person that makes a mistake lets us all down. It is so important that every one of you connects properly with the next person. So if you do not, it might result in a small little jolt. So it's important that you do listen. We're starting. Step up into the centre. Make sure you're facing the right way. You're not touching the person in front of you. They're going to go round and get the spacing right. Listen to the people that are sorting the spacing out. Effectively, if you bend your right arm at the elbow to 90 degrees, you've got to be able to touch the elbow of the person in front of you. Listen to the guys in the green and Lisa and Tom for where you have to shuffle to. You've broken our experiment. What have you done?
It's over, guys. Everyone go home.
What is this? Do you know how much that cost? Do you want to get back on?
Don't get embarrassed.
Okay.
It's only going up to
Just
5 million.
get back on. We've got a problem with a delay at the moment, and the reason is previously that we had people holding with their upper arms, and we've lost so we had previously people holding like this, which means they're longer, and now we've got people connecting like this, and because of this we've lost a lot of space, so we're having to bring This means that people are really, really close. The problem with this is that then their bodies are nearly touching. And this is a real problem because the charge should just go from here to here and perhaps I'd even just dissipate away. Out of this whole procedure, the spacing is going to be the most difficult out of everything we've come across so far. Are you all right there, Tom? Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. Connect up. This is the final check. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand it over to Lisa now, who's going to perform the countdown. Quiet, please.
The countdown will begin from 5 and work its way down. We need complete silence before I start to count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it! Amazing! World record from Flip to Harrogate!
It was amazing. It was just a really good feeling, and you can actually feel it going right through your arm.
It was really good, yeah. I felt like I connected with the people in front of me and behind me in a special way today.
One of the most fantastic, painful things I've ever felt.
So it's like the weirdest feeling, like, I don't know, I can't think.
And then when it hit you, oh, fantastic.
Everywhere, all my hairs on my legs, arms, standing up, it was amazing, yeah, it was good.
Didn't think it would be as much as a shock as it was, but it was really cool.
I'm on the Guinness Book of Records, I think it's amazing.
And I did see the neon light flash twice.
That's
The good
great.
news is the previous record of 240 people, you have broken by 10. We had 250 people. I'd like to present you this certificate, this Guinness World Record certificate, for the longest human electrical circuit.
Wow.
Set today at the Harrogate International Centre by the ZAP crew.
Tremendous.
That's fantastic.
Thanks, David.
Very much.
Probably one of the most amazing things I have been involved in. That moment, and I passed it over to Lisa, and the whole went quiet, was electric, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then the lights went down, and I could hear my heart beating because I'm trying to concentrate, do not mess up the numbers. And I knew, and then as soon as I pressed the button, you could hear these cracks. And then I looked up, you look up at Tom to see if he got the shock.
Yeah, I did, yes. When you see all the arms just go like that, and then the whole body just sort of shudders it run down the line. It was amazing to watch. Really, and at the end of it, I thought, that is incredible. I just don't believe they've done it after so much trouble and so much hassle. That cheer at the end was one of the most genuine cheers I've heard in a long time. When you're at a football match or a sports game and you cheer when people are winning, that's the kind of cheer that I got at the end, and I was just so pleased with that. I will look at the world slightly differently because of the experience I've had. I now feel electricity. It's a very sensuous, sensual thing. It defines us as a human. It defines our thoughts, our very actions, the way we move, the way we walk. That I feel. I've read it in a textbook thousands and thousands of times. Now I feel as though I can feel it. I can feel what defines me as a human. It will change the way I look at the world.
Like the showman scientists of the past, the team has demonstrated the magic of electricity, gained insight into its power, and given hundreds of people the chance to experience what it feels like to be zapped.